I was feeling at that point, and he was saying, I'm looking for something serious, but I'm also not. He had the type of talk of, I'm looking for something serious, but if it's something lighthearted, it's fine. And it was the type of thing that I tell all of my clients to not say if they're looking for a relationship. It's just like, you need to own that you're looking for a relationship, or that you're not looking for a relationship. Like, you just need to own it and be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the bad chat, that there was, like, it was just terrible. But I thought, I just want to change. I just want to spend some time with somebody else. I wasn't feeling too good about myself at that point. I was just like, I'm just gonna, spend some time with him. And so we fixed a date. I can't remember what the day was. We take each other something, just after New Year's or whatever, or before, I can't remember. Anyway, and we talk like non-stop for a week, and it's going well, and blah blah blah. And then, and we say, let's fix, let's say it's 3rd of January, we'll go on a date. Okay, great. And everything kind of dies down in the talk. Like, he'll react to some stories but not react so much, and I was just like, okay, that's weird, but I'm just going to let it, you know leave it hanging. And the day that we were supposed to go on a date, he messages me just out of the blue of just, hi, how's it going? And I talked to him and was like, we'll just see how where this goes. And after like an hour of back and forth, I go, do you realize that we were supposed to go on a date tonight? Like, he's like, oh yeah, but it was never really set in stone, and we were never. And I was like, okay. And I just stopped responding, and I was like, this, I don't need this. Actually, I say that? Maybe I told him that I'd had enough of this immature shit. Maybe I was a bit more petty than I'm letting on. I can't remember. I'll have a look. But I was like, guys, you're allowed to change your mind. And
Yeah.
it's just, why did you write to me on the day that we were supposed to go on a date, as if nothing, like, it's so weird to me. It is so weird. And then the next day, I create a reel or a short or whatever. I can't remember what I say this, like 1 minute and 15 second story of just, guys, you need to not do this. It was one of the best performing videos I'd done.
Yeah. I hope a lot of men see that, because one of the most annoying things you can do is to not communicate and and relay your intentions and make things clear. Don't leave anyone guessing, whether, no matter your gender or whatever, or who you're talking to. I think one of the worst things you can do is leave someone hanging and wondering if you're going to respond, not respond, what your intentions are, and what's going on in your, just share the things, be open, communicate. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. It's and especially, I mean, yeah, I mean, this guy is just talking about it. I'm just like, I just don't understand, because this wasn't a guy that I just met on Tinder and that ended up changing his mind. Like, this, there's a history there. And I was just, God, some guys are just very, very, very strange about communicating. I mean, even JT, now when we were talking yesterday, he told me about some of the times that he didn't behave in the best ways, and I'm just like, why? And they're so terrified about saying the truth that they just become, just get into this non-action mode of just, I'm too scared to do and say anything. I'm just not gonna do or say anything anymore. And it's just so weak.
Yeah. I feel like, well, both men and women do this. Like, women also expect men to respond the way a woman would, or to be like, they would expect them the same things that they would expect a woman to do or say, or have emotions like a woman would. But I see it a lot more in men, especially on all these apps and whatever, where men sort of expect women to know or to say or to behave or to want or to desire the same things the men do. Like they sort of, I don't know how to explain it better than that, but they
Yeah,
just think like a man and they expect the woman to think like a man as well, kind of, if that makes sense.
I saw this video on whatever platform where the guy kind of like they talk on a they talk and fix a date, and then I mean choose a date, and then he doesn't write to her anymore because, and he's saying to the camera, but I would like, for me it was going to be Friday, you know, I didn't really have much to say to her, you know, so I just, you know, just like I didn't feel the need to write to her, and so come Friday, you know, I text her in the morning, hi, and then and she says hi back, and then, you know, I thought that we were good, and then the evening I wait for her like 20-30 minutes, and then she doesn't show up. I call her and she goes, I, you know, I didn't hear from you for the whole week. um I thought the date was off this morning, you didn't say anything, like, and he was like, and so he says in his video, oh, what are these women like, what are we supposed, if I say that I'm going to do something, then that means I'm going to do something, like, you need to know this, I'm not going to write to you, I don't even know you, blah blah blah. And the number of reactions he got from women and men of just like, you are so wrong, like, of course she's gonna, you know, you just said you don't know her, you're not going to spend time on her, she doesn't know you, she doesn't know what your word is worth, you didn't confirm. And yeah, just some of these guys thinking, you know, we're not in your heads, and it's not even a question of being you kind of like needy and things like that, it's just you don't hear from someone for a week, like, so weird, so weird.
Yeah, I've seen that video. And first of all, I do agree. Men just think that like, not all men. I'm not gonna in, be inclusive. Not inclusive. What's the word I'm looking for?
Generalization.
I'm not gonna generalize. Yeah, but I think a lot of men just assume women want what they do and that they deserve to get what they want. And here's the thing about that kind of situation is that, first of all, when if I haven't gone on a date with the guy yet, not only am I not gonna expect them to write to me every day that week before we go out, I don't even want them to. I don't want someone who's over eager or over writing. I'm just gonna find it annoying. But then on the other hand, I don't want them to disappear completely. I don't need them to, like, if we can only meet up in a week from now, then maybe I would expect to hear from you maybe in the middle of the week, or you know what, maybe even just on the date of the date to confirm, or the day before
Yeah.
even. But to, again, it's about not going to those extremes and about not making assumptions, and again, open communication. Oh my
Yeah.
God, we're such, humans are terrible in that way. It's like we have such a difficult time talking about things and communicating, and when we do communicate, we make it much heavier than it has to be.
Oh yeah, my ex-boyfriend was like that, that's another story for another time, but everything became this deep conversation. I was like, can't we just,
Mm.
oh, it was so annoying. But, and you know, I can hear people saying, but why can't she be the one to confirm, and why can't she be, well, I mean, if you're the one stopping the conversation, then you're the one that needs to come back to the conversation, like, especially with these types of people that'll be, you know, oh, she'll be too needy, blah blah blah. If he thought that he wasn't going to message her because he doesn't really know her and he was going to just give it time, then if she had messaged him, I guarantee that he would have said something along the lines of, um, oh, she was too needy, I was annoyed. And for the men that say, oh, but I would really enjoy, you know, a woman reaching out to me, they probably wouldn't be ghosting, well, not ghosting, but ceasing conversation with that woman in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, there is no wrong or right in this situation. I'm trying to think of what I would have done. Um, because on the one hand, there is that problem when we're constantly expecting the man to do all of the hard work and all of the awkward work and all of the first moves that are just so hard to do. And so we're expecting only them to do it, and then we're being critical of them when they don't do it right, or if they don't do it on the timing that we want them to, especially if we're not willing to do it ourselves. And again, if you're having doubts, then yeah, I think also women could reach out and just to make sure. And I don't know, it really depends.
Yeah, I agree. It depends on the situation. And in all fairness, she could have also said, "Are we still on for tonight?" Like she could have also in the morning be like, "Are we still on for tonight?" Like it could have come on, from her as well. Like she's not completely blameless in this situation, but I completely understand her not showing up if nothing had been confirmed.
Yeah,
She's not at fault there, but the confirmation for the evening then it can come from both ways. But the fact that he thinks that a week of in the 50s that would have worked, but we're not in the 50s, and there are ways of
well,
communicating, and it's just get with the program. It's funny how some of these people are, oh, but that's not how it used to happen in the olden days. Okay, great, then drive a car, don't get a phone, don't do this, don't do that, because that's how it was in the olden days. Like just get with it, get with the program. This is how it works nowadays. You can't say that you didn't know this. You just can't be 30 to 40, like anything below 55. You can't honestly say I didn't know how that works. Like you've been in this world with technology and everything. You can't say that you didn't know. It doesn't work. I
yeah.
don't agree.
Yeah, and all it is just sending a message to confirm. There's nothing, you know, it's just each person needs to take responsibility of their own actions and their own words. But yeah,
Yeah.
first dates, they're so much fun.
Tell us about your first dates in the comments of all the social media platforms.
Yeah, we want to hear about your best dates, your worst dates. What have you learned from your dates? What rules have you created for yourself from those dates? That would be interesting to talk about because I've made a lot of like a good set of rules for myself because of first dates.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell us about those, and then next episode that we may or may not record in 20 minutes or less, we'll talk about why our previous relationships ended.
Oh, that
Why
sounds.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.